Grant, a good first test for the boys today, but to go through on penalties as well, good victory.
Yeah, I was pleased with the temperament of the players today. Sunderland came strong first half. We held them well. Some opportunities gone flashing by the goal. Some good save from Matt Ingram. Really pleased with his performance. Thought he looked really calm and collective throughout. And they're a good team, Sunderland. They'll be right up there in League One this year. There's no two ways about that. But we stuck to our task. Second half much better. We looked a bit more in control. It was a bit nip and tuck probably first 15-20 minutes of the second half. But I thought the fitness levels from the players showed in the last 20 minutes particularly. And it looked like it was only going to be one team that was going to win it, and that was us. Yeah,
because like you touched on there, that it was a good place marker for the boys today, wasn't it? It's a real key point to make there.
It is. I mean, they're definitely one of the best teams in the league. There's no getting away from that, and this was a good marker for us today. To see where we are, we've come here minus 6 or 7 players, also, big players for us as well. So there was a bit of a test for some of the younger players today, and they stood up to it. They stood strong. The togetherness within the group was good, and we wanted to start how we mean to go on, and that was by winning the game, and we've done that.
And 3 of the new players got a start today, Emmanuel, Smallwood and Doherty, and they all showed good capabilities in their own right.
Yeah, I mean, there's times in the game where we know George and we know Doc and Josh and Richie's got more, but it's the first game, and it's a tough place to come, but you can see their energy, you can see their appetite. They're delighted to be here, and they'll be excellent for us.
Without wishing to take anything away from the players, do you think if obviously we'd had a more normal setting with the fans in the crowd and away fans, do you think the game could have panned out differently, especially for George as well today when he's walking down to take a penalty and it's a silent ground?
Yeah, well, we mentioned that on the bench. I'm sure George would have been getting pelters. I don't know whether he would have not. I think he's firmly fought off here at Sunderland, but yeah, look, we all want the fans back. The quicker the better, really. I believe they're trialling at a few clubs in Cambridge and Brighton, so hopefully it's not too long before we get the fans back in the stadium, and they can then, our fans can enjoy these moments and these wins, hopefully with us in the not too distant future.
We have had a break, but considering what happened last season, of course that's gone, but mentally, how beneficial is it going to be for the players to get this win at the very first attempt?
We're trying to change the culture. I think you've seen that today. I think we showed a real togetherness not to concede, particularly in the first half, and Sunderland were strong, and we stuck to our task. In the second half, we were better, but we've won the game. That's a very good start for us, and we want to change that culture to, real togetherness. Nobody's bigger than anybody else. We're all here as one, and we fight as one on the pitch, and that's what you're going to need to do to try and bounce back and try and get out of this league at first attempt.
And just the last one, how's Tom after limping off in the first half?
He's struggling a wee bit. It looks like he's gone over his ankle. Not too sure how long he's going to be, but he's got a boot on right away. I'm sure he'll be assessed over the next 24-48 hours, and we'll have a better reflection on it.
Matt, talk us through that one. It's a good victory, good place marker.
Yeah, no, great way to start the season. Obviously, I know it's the Carabao Cup, but it's the start of the season, so fantastic to get off to winning ways. Nice to keep a clean sheet as well, to show we're resolute. But yeah, positives all round, I think. Yeah,
and a chance for you to get into the team today, of course. How did it feel being in such a big arena with nobody here to cheer either team on?
Yeah, no, that was strange. I mean, it's similar to the K-Com this, and it is really odd playing without, fans in. You can hear the echo over every ball, you can hear every player talking on the pitch or not talking. So yeah, it is really odd, and I think the sooner they can come back, fans can come back in stadiums, the better.
And when it came to the penalty shootout itself, touching on that point just there, did that help settle both keepers down, do you think? Because being an away team, that's a big stand behind you, which could have been quite intimidating.
Possibly. I'd say it's probably a bit more intimidating for the players, because as a goalkeeper I think it's a win-win in a penalty shootout. You're not expected to save anything, and if you do, it's a bonus, and luckily I saved one of them today, and that was the difference, thankfully.
Yeah, Will Grigg as well, and he's got goals in League One, but you were able to get that leg there, a bit like at that end as well, the opposite end in the first half. A couple of good saves today.
Yeah, no, I was happy with my goalkeeping today, and that's just what I'm there for. That's my job at the end of the day. But as I say, I think the lads in front of me showed really good grit in the first half to hang in there, because we were under the cosh a little bit, and then second half I think we got a bit more of a foothold in the game, and created some chances ourselves.
Yeah, and there was 3 newbies in the team today. How have they settled into the club in general, and how itching were they to get out on the pitch competitively for the first time?
Yeah, they've been brilliant. I think, as you can see, as the fans can see from today, you know, they've started right in. Richie Smallwood in the heartbeat of the team, keeping us ticking. And yeah, the other 2 took it to, you know, a duck to water, if you like. So no, they've been fantastic.
What have they brought to the team compared to last season?
It's hard to pinpoint it, but I'd say we've got a real togetherness now, and you know, grit and determination. Maybe a bit more experience as well, you could argue, especially for League One. But as I say, you know, we sit in that dressing room now. You look either side of you and you think, yeah, I can trust this guy next to me.